everyone, it's 5:32 p.m. right now. I'm sorry my video is a bit shaky. That is only because of the lighting issue. It was a very lazy day for me. I was just reading the entire day and I finished The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book for my reading Rashida-thon. I'll talk about it later in my coming videos or so. But today I want to do a YouTube challenge. So the YouTube challenge is to discuss any bookish memory. So I thought I'll improvise and I'll tell you guys how I became a reader. So it's going to be a bit long. I'm going to discuss my reading journey, some of the books that I read that impacted me during my reading journey. I hope you like this video because knowing someone else's reading journey can be very interesting, and maybe you can relate to me as well as a person, as a reader. What book actually made me consistent reader? Maybe that book could be yours as well. So comment down below your reading journey as well. What book impacted you? What was the first book that made you a reader, which you are right now? What genres that you like, that you love, and what genres that you are scared to read? So without any further ado, let's get started with this video. Before I start, see mummy, मेरे cushions सही हैं एकदम. So my mother actually scolded me. She watches my video and she was like, in your previous video, your cushions were not right. So please do that. So I was like, okay, fine. My cushions are right now. Right? Anyways, let's start with this YouTube challenge. My reading journey. Since childhood, I was a reader. My parents told me that instead of going out, playing with my friends, I always used to read. What I used to read was those Hindi Panchatantra stories. I still have those copy with me right now. Wait, let me get those copy. Wait a second. So I'm back. So these are the books that I'm talking about. These Panchatantra stories, these stories as well, and these disaster books, and some of my space related books. So when I was a kid, I was really into space. I really want to know more about space, so I used to collect a lot of books based on space. So the space books, natural disaster books, and those huge encyclopedia. I don't have them here. I might have lost it. But those encyclopedias, I used to love them a lot. So let's talk about my school time. I was a loner, I didn't have many friends. This is a topic which is still very emotional to me, but it's fine. Yeah, because I was alone most of the time, I started reading. So the first book that made me a consistent reader that I am today, right now, in front of you, all the credit goes to the Twilight series. So yeah, I have 2 copies. So these are the books that changed me and that made me a reader that I am today, hands down. I don't care what people say about these books, how these books are criticized. For me, these books are my treasure. I was in my 8th grade when I read these books, and this particular copy was my first ever book that I purchased on my own. And at that time I didn't realize what a pirated copy was. So this was a pirated copy, as you can see clearly. Yeah, the pages are coming off. I have to tape the spine, and you can say that I have this copy with me for more than 10 years. This was my first book ever. Let's talk about the next book that impacted me a lot, which was For the Love of a Sun by Sasson. I believe that is how you pronounce the name. I'm sorry if I'm incorrect. So this book describes the struggle of an Afghan girl and the hardships that she faces in her life. Since she was a girl, she was a kid to a grown woman. This book was very emotional. See, if a person still remembers the book that they read 6 to 7 years back, that means that the story was really powerful. So this book was like that. If you haven't read it, I really recommend you to read it. So this book made me realize that there are better books out there in the world. All you need to do is explore. Before this book, I was reading a lot of books. Chetan Bhagat, Ravindra Singh, Durjoy Datta, and I was reading a lot of Nicholas Sparks. I believe every reader once in their lifetime has read at least one Nicholas Sparks book, if I'm not wrong. Please, you have read this book. I know you have read this book. Please don't deny that. I have read almost all the books of Nicholas Sparks because I was crazy about his writing style. So let's discuss my college time. During my college time, I discovered a lot of genres. I tried to read a lot of books from different genres. I explored a lot. At that time too, I struggled a lot with friendship. My experiences were really bad. So my first year was horrible, but my second and third year was really good. So during that time, I clearly remember I read The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. This particular book is my favorite, favorite book of all time. Nothing can beat this book till now. I just love this book with everything I am. I really love this book. And because of this book, Holocaust as a topic fascinated me a lot. I researched a lot about Holocaust, what happened during that time, how it happened. This is a subject that I really love to read about. I really love to know more about. I don't know why, what clicked, what happened. I never thought I was a person who would read historical fiction ever, but today historical fiction is my favorite genre. Anything related to history is my favorite genre thanks to this particular book. And if you have not read The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, please do me a favor and read it. You will not regret it. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It is such a great book. So other books that I've read during my college time were, wait, let me check my Goodreads for that. And during that time only I read the Harry Potter series for the first time. I will not discuss about those books on my channel because I really want my channel to be a safe place for everyone. That is all I want to say. I read Agatha series, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Then I read some books which are based on Holocaust, which was The Diary of a Young Girl. Absolutely loved it. Then I read The Boy in Striped Pyjamas. Oh my god, that book made me cry. That book literally made me cry. Not even exaggerating. It was so good. Please do read it if you haven't. And I also discovered Agatha Christie's books. I know, very late, but better late than never, right? I also read the Lunar Chronicles series. That was like my first sci-fi series ever. As you can see, my undergraduate was the time when I was discovering a lot of books, when I was discovering a lot of genres, and during that time only I came to realize that classics and non-fiction are the genres that scares me a lot. I couldn't read them. I tried to read Pride and Prejudice like 3 to 4 times. I failed miserably. And I tried to read a lot of non-fiction books as well at that time, but I failed miserably. This was during my undergraduate. Now talking about my postgraduate. During my postgraduate, I didn't read much, but I read around 27 books, which was really great actually. From those books as well, I read Wonder, which was such a great book. I read the Hunger Games series last year or last year, I believe. Last year, yeah, in 2019 only. I read the Hunger Games series last year. Can you believe it? I clearly remember I read those books during the time when they revealed that a fourth book in the series will be coming. I didn't know that because obviously I haven't read those books. I was not following that particular fandom. Those series were like the best series. I don't know why I have not read those books before. Seriously hate myself for that, but it's fine. Better late than never, right? Last year only I read my first classic ever, which was Animal Farm by George Orwell. It was such a good book, seriously. My first classic ever that I've read on my own willingly. I also read The Perks of Being a Wallflower last year. I am actually late in reading some of the very famous books, but I will read those books, don't worry. I will definitely read those books. I also read Killing Kennedy, The End of Camelot. I don't know how I got so fascinated by JFK's life that I wanted to immerse myself. I wanted to do proper research for what happened, what he did, how he got assassinated. All these things actually fascinated me so much that I have actually read a particular book for that, and this is my first non-fiction book that I've read on my own willingly. Now let's talk about my present. I have changed a lot as a reader again. I have started reading many diverse books, many books which are related to LGBTQ plus community. I actually want to educate myself for that community. I also read graphic novels for the first time, which was Heartstopper Volume 1 and 2. I also read a manga for the first time, which was Orange. So the books that I am selecting right now for me are actually changing me as a reader, and I'm really loving that. See, can you see my growth? It's definitely a growth for me as a reader, reading diverse books, not restricting myself to my comfort reads. So this is all for my reading journey. I really want to say that if my video is shaky, please don't mind. I think that will be all for this video today, for this day. I still have to decide the book that I am going to read next. If I decided that, I will mention the name down below in the description box. Please do check it out. All the books that I have mentioned in this video are going to be down below. Please do check it out. If you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel because I'm planning a lot more bookish content like this in the future. Bye bye.